everyone. Welcome to another week, and this week we'll continue with photography still. Remember, we are very happy you watched our video last time. For those who are watching for the first time, welcome, and hit that button of subscribing. We are happy for those who subscribed after watching our first video on photography. We will continue sharing this good thing. Today I want to take you through three things: the shooting mode dial. I want to also take you through what we call image setting. I'll also take you through what we call white balance. Balancing. In the white balancing, you click the directory in your camera. There is where we have the WB, and in the WB, once you click, you can see we have the white balance, and we have the automatic white balance. Then we have the daylight, which is approximately 52,200 Kelvin, and then we have the shade, which is approximately 7,000 Kelvin, and then we have the cloudy, which is approximately 6,000 Kelvin, and then we have the tungsten light, and then we have the white fluorescent light, and then we have the flash, and then we have the custom. As we said, maybe for flash, flash can range from 5,000 and above, depending on maybe mostly if you are shooting outside. Then we have the custom. Some cameras will give you the option to insert the options. When you press the Q, it will give you the different option to choose from. So you can decide either you choose the image quality you want. So the other option is you can go to the setting, the menu, you come to the image quality, again you choose the setting that you want. So as I said, there are different options. So we have the large, smooth. As you can see, it's smooth, and it's usually 18 megabyte with a resolution of 5,184 times the 3,456, and it can be able to hold around 1,528 pictures. So this is a JPEG mode. Then we have the second one, the raw resolution large. Again, this one is the same format, but you can see the curve is not smooth like the first large. That means it's going to give you what we call the low quality exposed images, but still under JPEG. So maybe something you need to note about this format is that for this format, you can be able to accommodate more picture, around 3,000 pictures in my SD card and 78. Then if I come to medium, you can see the raw resolution of the medium smooth. You can see I am able to take pictures with a resolution of 8 megapixel, and then they have a dimension of 3,456 to 2,304. Again, here I can be able to hold pictures that are from 2,945. Then if I go to medium raw quality of what we call raw quality images, again it's the same. The only difference now, it can be able to accommodate more pictures. It can be able to accommodate 6,000 pictures, as you can see from the camera. Then we have the small JPEG, which is 4.5 megapixel, which is the size of 2,592 times 1728 pixel, and then this one can be able to accommodate around 4,696. And then if you go to the raw quality small size image, again it's the same, but now this one can be able to accommodate 9,513 images. And then from there you can go to the other small 2, which is not more of a JPEG. it's more video. So if you are shooting video, you can either use S2, which is 2.5 megapixel, or 0.3M. Again, this is a raw quality. I'll not advise you to use. So for beginners, we advise you, maybe you can use raw plus large. So the raw format gives you the priority. You can see it's 18 megapixel, which is 5194 times 346. The only difference now, it's only that in my memory card, I can only manage to take 341 images. If I go now to the professionals format, that is the raw format, of course the settings are the same. The only difference now is that it can be able to accommodate more. Now the problem with this is it doesn't have the JPEG format. So if you do not know how to process the image, sometimes it becomes hard for you to be able to see these images.
Beats music.
As you can see here, from this button, the shooting mode, we determine the shooting mode that you're going to use. There are different modes here. So we have what we call the complete manual. You can see the complete manual, M. So if I select M, it means my camera is selected in complete manual. And in the complete manual, as you can see, in the complete manual, the camera person decides. So when I set it in complete manual, the camera persons decide on the 3 exposure triangle. That is what you call. So the camera person decide on the ISO. I also decide on what we call the aperture, and then from there, so if I press the AV, I'm able to change that. Then the camera person, in the manual format, the camera also give you an alternative, maybe to change the shutter. To give you the option to change the shutter depending on how you want. Of course, there are other things that you can do, like the exposure, and then it also gives you to choose to customize the white balance. So for example, you want to take the picture in a daylight format. The other option is, of course, the option of the AV. So I go to the AV option. You can see I've gone to the AV option. So the camera is able to give me the AV option. Priority mode. This means the AV, or the aperture priority mode. So the camera decide for you the shutter speed. So you only deal with the aperture, and then with the ISO. So as a camera person, you choose the two. So the aperture priority mode, that is the AV. So the camera chooses for you you can see, because I've not maybe set for you. So then the other mode is the TV mode. The TV mode, what you call the TV mode, whatever you want to call it, but it's known as the shutter speed priority mode, and it's what some people call the S mode. Here, the camera chooses for you the aperture. It chooses for you the aperture, and then it gives you the freedom to decide maybe the shutter speed. So that's why we call it the shutter priority mode. So you decide the kind of shutter that you want to have as a camera person. Then of course also the ISO, you can choose the ISO priority mode that you want, and of course the other priorities that you can be able to choose from the manual focus to the exposure setting. So that one we'll talk more about it. Then the other mode is the program mode, or the P in the camera. Here the camera chooses for you the two modes, that is the shutter speed and also the aperture. So you're only left with the option of choosing choosing what you call the ISO. So you only decide the ISO, then the camera chooses for you the other two. Then of course the other important thing that we have, the other important area that is very important for us is the auto. In the auto, the camera chooses for you what to do. So it decides everything for you as the camera person. So in the camera is auto mode, so the camera decide everything for you. Then we have what you call the flash off. Of course we have disabled it. In most cases we usually use it where maybe we want to use it. From there we have what you call the close up, we have the creative auto. This is the standard setting, so it gives you a background that is blur, so you just take the picture. Then from there we have the portrait, which is shown by a image of a woman. So that is from creative auto we go to the portrait, which is shown by that woman. And then here is mostly, as we said, where you want to give more emphasis on the depth of field, that is the shallow depth of field. Then of course from there we go to the landscape. The landscape is shown by between the it's below the portrait. You can see this, so we choose the landscape. The landscape is this in form of a mountain, and then it will show you the landscape. So we usually use the landscape where maybe you want a large depth of field, so camera gives more depth of field as compared, maybe here you're not focusing on maybe the subject only. So then from there we have what we call the close-up. And again, in terms of the close-up, it gives you a shallow depth of field. So if you want and it's shown in form of a flower in Canon. Then we have the spot mode, which is shown in form of somebody learning, that person who is learning. So it's called the spots. You can see the spot, that is the spot mode. So this one we mostly use it where maybe we have a lot of action. We have a lot of camera gives you faster shutter speed, especially where you need to freeze the action. Then of course we have the other option, what we call the star or the night portrait. So the use of tripod is recommended if you are going to use the tripod, the night portrait or the star. So here we need a long exposure, so this one you have to use the star. And of course, for camera like the one I have, which is a DSLR, it also gives you the option of video. So if you are taking video, you can video option. So thank you. That's part of what we meant to study today. So always remember, always use the AV of the TV mode, depending on the format you want, because it gives you more freedom. Maybe when you become a pro, you can decide to use the manual format. Thank you.